I'm glad I fixed the settings on the camera because now I feel like it looks even better.
Good. Last 10 minutes will be even better.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes you're getting, this is some juicy shit.
Our camera died.
Yeah, you saw that 2 seconds ago.
I can't hear myself.
Yeah, we
turned it off.
They turned off automatically. Other side. You should hear the ding. Let go. Let go. Yeah. You hear yourself now?
I can hear myself now.
Better get that Diet Cock out of here.
Anyway.
Thanks, assistant.
He's the pool boy.
Girl. Wow.
Sorry, the camera died.
Insert Von Dutch scream. Okay. So, bitch, where were you at? You were talking about, you were talking about a little bit of soccer before the camera died, and then you were really getting into your sexual coaching?
Yeah, so I've known for a while, like I said, that I want to do really kind of a plethora of creative things like we're doing. But I've also really always been interested in helping other people kind of overcome sexual shame. And I've wanted to do sex coaching for a while. And did the grad program because I want to be certified essentially and qualified to do so. And it's funny because when we released this episode, I literally manifested not having to go work for anybody else. And I do think that I'm going to need...
And she means when we release this podcast.
This podcast, yeah. I do think I'll need something kind of supplemental.
Of course.
Just for a little cash flow. But the day I manifested
hella hard.
12 hours later, laid off. And it's funny because
but necessary.
Yeah. This woman I've been following on TikTok, Courtney, she is a manifestation guru. She just got laid off too.
Oh.
And it's just funny because I think she said like fired by the universe. And it really did feel like that. I've always had some sort of like consistent job. And it really did feel like finally the universe was like, go on and figure it out then, girl.
Yeah.
Because I've never had that like safety net. And I've always been sort of like craving that from job to job. And I've never really, and again, I think I was waiting to get like certified and all this other stuff. But this guy who I'm doing like a course with was like, could you help people like right here, right now? And I was like, I definitely think I could. Like, I've helped my friends.
I was like, I've talked to you about it a little here and there.
Yeah, like just from talking to my friends about it, like, I know I can help people. And plus, there are so few sexual health experts that, of course, there's enough clients, people to help go around.
And I feel like sometimes too, especially couples, they might not necessarily need full couples therapy.
Yeah.
They might need couples therapy, but they also just might need like a sexual therapist in general, even if it's just for themselves, like individually.
Yeah. Therapy too. I was trying to explain this to someone but like therapy too, like the therapist really has to remain objective.
Yes.
But I think with coaching, it's not like I'm going to be inappropriate with anyone, but there's a certain like,
you can guide a little bit more. That makes sense.
And I feel like there's like more homework involved and more like prompting and helping people kind of create rituals and tools for themselves. Not saying therapists don't do that, but also generalizing, like coaching is nice because a lot of times like I'm going to set up to like you'll get 8 sessions kind of thing. So it kind of gives like there's like more immediate goals. You know what I mean?
Right.
Therapy, you're kind of interweaving, even in sex therapy, kind of like emotional layers. And I'm not saying coaching isn't, but it can lead off into other things where I think the coaching is a lot more specific. And again, it's like you're a player in the game. I'm not. I'm really just like, I'm giving you the tools, but you've got to play the game.
It's like literally being a coach for like an athlete.
Yeah.
Like you are practicing for the next meet, essentially.
Yeah. And you want to get more out of it. And also just in general, sex therapy, the requirements to be one are very intense. You have to have the master's in therapy, then you have to have the master's in sexual health. There's not a lot of programs of sexual health in general or sex therapy in general in the United States.
Right.
And then the hours to get a sex certified are for people who can either take on large amounts of debt or have the money already or something. Cause yeah, I would get full therapy license, but I know that I want to work with coaching clients. Yeah. And a lot of what I really want to do is work with people who my main like 3 things right now that I know I could like help people with are sexual negotiations with people.
Yes.
Helping single women, single people in general set better boundaries in a casual hooking up sphere or with polyamory, non-ethical monogamy, and maybe even in their relationships. Like, I just feel like we so little don't even know how to say what we want. And
so true.
And so many things too, like it's hard to broach your partner, like say trigger warning sometimes, but I want to try this non-consensual, consensual play scene. It's hard to broach even those subjects. So I really want to help people like feel comfortable just asking for what they want.
Yeah.
I want to help. Oh, sorry.
Well, this is going to sound, I don't know how to say this properly. You never do, right? But majority of the time when something goes wrong in a sexual situation, it is usually because the other person is not vocal enough, I feel like, of being able to be like, no, or yes, or I don't like that. Yeah. I do like that. Keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
that's where I feel like I feel like always the turning point.
Yeah,
is at least that I've experienced with my own essay and whatnot, where I'm like, I didn't feel strong enough to be like, oh, that was way too much for me.
And of course, there are going to be people who, of course, coerce you into situations.
Yes, exactly.
Do I think that there are also times in which you just aren't comfortable saying no in general in your life?
Exactly.
Boundaries with anyone.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and say that that doesn't make you a victim. I think that consent needs to be enthusiastic and vocal.
Very much.
But I do think, I mean, in a lot of things, like not even just situations where you wish you could have said no, but also in situations where you thought you wanted something and then you get to it and you're like, I'm not feeling great, actually. Like,
yeah,
you get to the foursome or the group play and you're like, no. Like, you feel like you have to. Yeah. I think that happens a lot too, where we kind of set up sexual situations or we have a fantasy of something.
Yes.
And then when
we enact it and we're like,
ooh, did it actually?
You're like, I'm already 9 inches deep.
Yeah, exactly. But you can still say no at 9 inches deep. So 9 inches, true. Girl, who you playing with?
That's a long time ago.
Whew. But yeah, I also think I could obviously help people who struggle with feelings of bisexuality.
Yeah.
And
it's navigating the whole process of sexuality, sex. No, I honestly, you're going to be great. I mean, like I said before, we've chat a couple times, pulled you for a chat.
Yeah. Come to my office.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I can't wait to see. I also just think that you will be able to give a well-rounded experience. And obviously I don't really know much, about other people who are doing this. Like, I've never looked into it, but knowing you as who you are, I'm just
like, yeah. And I mean,
you'd be able to help anyone, know?
Yeah. Well, I also think that, like, especially in America, our whole shtick is sexual shame.
Yeah.
So it's kind of not easy, but, it'll be easy to get clients because sexual shame is like ingrained in every pillar of our society in numerous different ways, religion, our body as politics, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, and that's something that I did the work on to try to work through and have kind of solidified myself and I'm feeling comfortable in myself. And now I'm like, okay, other people should feel this way too. So. Yeah.
You have also another kudos to you. You just have a really good self-awareness of when something is not right, and you know how to approach it with grace.
Thank you.
Of course.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
But yeah, I I think I was meant to get laid off at that time. I do think the universe was like, okay, then get it.
I mean, also to be transparent, we did kind of know it was coming.
Yeah, but also, but
it happened. It happened at the right.
But
time.
it happened at the right time.
No,
yeah. And I love that we're.
Not that we knew that. Like, wait, sorry, that probably sounded bad. Not that I knew that she was gonna get fired. Like she deserved to get laid off. That's why I corrected. I said laid off.
It was laid off. Yeah. The position was eliminated. So
yes,
it was. Girl, I didn't take it personally. I don't care. Like, it wasn't working out. I want to do different things.
Oh fuck.
Damn. Yeah.
What do we do?
We just literally need to say goodbye. Okay. Do you want to talk about film school, or do you just want to save that?
I'm gonna give a little spiel, and we'll figure it out. And honestly, if it ends up being a whole nother episode, it's a whole nother fucking episode. Episode 6.5. Anyways, the camera died. We came to the MacBook.
Yeah.
Who cares? Once again, our podcast, we do whatever the hell we want. George's gonna be a great sex coach. Book her once everybody, or when she's ready to go. Obviously, you'll hear details about it.
Yeah. Website coming soon.
Yeah. For me, my other topic was, or
we're both doing a career shift.
Yeah, life update is I'm trying to figure out if film school is a correct option for myself. And I say that because I've obviously talked to, shout out Zane again. Girl, you always get mentioned in an episode. He gave me some advice that it might be better to just like take a course and get like assets and like do it on my own type vibe, which obviously doing all this in my own YouTube will teach me in its ways. But I also am still thinking about doing film school because I want to be able to have like an assignment due of like, you need to come up with a short story, or you need to come up with a script, and like being like, well, I need my A to graduate.
It's portfolio building too.
Yeah. At the same time, also I'm learning other skills with other people, and like I have that safety net of to fuck up versus like this. Obviously, it's not like, as we see, we've had 2 different camera things, but like I feel more pressure.
Yeah.
Versus like, obviously I'd feel but like I'd be like, well, I'm learning.
Yeah.
And I know I'm learning here too doing this, but it's cognitively not.
Yeah, but we don't have a mentor here either.
Yeah. And that, like I said in the other podcast where I was like, I've been watching other pods to see how they flow, structure, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Also, part of me wanting to do it is to not have to pay my student loans.
Yeah, I mean, that's always going to be there. But I mean,
mainly just because I'm in a money crunch right now until y'all get us where we need to be.
I think too, like film school that's not for undergrad, so it's not a 4-year program, is probably a lot better. Like doing the a master's 1 year of some sort, or even not even if it's a master's, but like I think the New York Film Academy has like a 6-month short program.
Yeah,
but you don't need like the theory and all that stuff.
No.
Like
But the gag is, I'm one of those girls that eat that shit up.
Yeah, but do you need to pay for it?
Because the thing is, like, and that's what Zane's saying is like, do you really need that nitty gritty? But it's so hard because I think I'm trying to not question myself, set realistic expectations of what I want from coming out creatives and just my own stuff. And it really is to direct my own movies, have my own movies, be a Ryan Coogler of a sorts. Like I would love to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't, which is hard because then if you think of like Benny Drama or Benito Skinner with overcompensating, like he was already doing, as we said before, the IP prior to actually having something.
I also do think that
I need it.
Yeah, we also have ideas and things for like short films and for short projects. Like a lot of it is portfolio building. Yeah. I do think that film school would give some technical experience and work with like, and if it's a situation where you get to work with the more technical or like more advanced technology, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think we should just like go out and try to shoot something.
yeah, that's kind of where I obviously am landing more towards, mainly because then even if I go to film school, that's just adding another stressor to like other shit I'm trying to do. And I still haven't, I mean, we've gotten better at figuring out this filming schedule, but yeah, I don't know. That's where I am. I don't want to be at a 9 to 5. I don't belong at a 9 to 5. God. I'm covering this week for another coworker, and it's so hard because I know how much I'm worth and I'm not getting paid that. And not even just like by how much work I have to do, but just like the knowledge that I have. And I know how efficient and precise I can be, especially when it comes to my job, because I have to be. But it's draining.
How so few people, I mean, even some of the worst people I know aren't worth the salaries that we're getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's genuinely, it's wild what we have to live off of versus the people we work for, you know, like and I often would take less vacations than the people I would work for. And I would
see, that's one thing about me. I love my PTO, my sick days. I use them because if you don't use them, you lose them. So,
well, I would use them, but they would only give us 10 days.
Luckily mine's not like that, but
yeah. I mean, this isn't just the last people I work for. Like everybody is like
in general.
That. Like,
especially when you're like in the restaurant industry.
Well, in the restaurant industry, I didn't get any time off.
Yeah, you were up as like, she was never.
You can take the week off, but you don't get paid. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a big cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just been, it's a crazy time. Being bi, racial, sexual. What else do we talk about? Addison Rae.
Yeah.
The artist that you were talking about? Is that what
she's a production designer,
Production designer.
Rachel Cameron.
Yes. It's a hard life.
Yeah.
Being a creative.
Yeah, I'm trying to work very much on like money mindset and affirmations and manifesting and just the idea that I'm more open to the universe and more open to possibilities happening.
Yes.
Because
same.
I feel like I felt like I was so tired trying to pencil in my creative time.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, okay, I'll do it this hour at 9. Sorry.
Quiet on set.
The pool boy needs a spanking. But like trying to pencil in creative time, especially after you've just done a job like for 8 hours where you're taking care of other people or taking care of your boss, and then you have to go and just do the general things you have to do to live, walk your dog, get the groceries, whatever. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to
feed yourself,
my best creative self. Like,
girl, how?
The good hours are behind me. Like,
they've left.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's one thing I'll say, like, I've been really grateful for in this time. Like, I went and bought a watercolor book.
No, I love it.
I'm like, I never would have had the time or even thought that would be something I'd be interested in. And I'm loving it. And it's like, it is a good... Girl, don't be shouting them out.
Fuck, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Coming out creatives. Cock.
Yeah. We're coming out of also like a mindset too. Like I do think there's like a class thing between artists and corporate workers in general. And I think when you come, like I don't know, like when you come from something where you're like having to be self-made and stuff too, that like the corporate life seems aspirational.
Yeah.
And really just this past year, it's like kind of been removed from its pedestal for us. Mm-hmm. So now it just feels like we're kind of starting over and we're like, and in this starting over phase, like artists, like they live outside of the mainstream economy.
Yes.
So we're like, I don't know. It's like, we're in a different world. Like
I do feel like I'm in a different world, headspace, mind frame.
Yeah.
Terrifying and exciting at the same time.
Yeah, totally.
Same damn time. Yeah. So bi-erasure, bisexuality, film, school, sex coaching.
What else do you want? Girl.
That's really all we have for you today.
This
is a long one. Today, yeah. Happy Pride. Be gay. No gay in July. Remember, don't forget that. We love you. Find us on everything: Patreon, TikTok, Instagram. Not Twitter. We don't use that. Blue Sky.
We have a Blue Sky?
We do, girl. Oh, I set it up.
We do.
Yeah.
Of course.
Patreon. Did I say that already?
Gmail.
Email us if you want to work with us. We're open to suggestions. My name's Javon.
I'm Jordan.
This is Coming Out Creatives, also known as Cuck. Did you say cuck again?
I did.
That's hot. Gonna keep that in. Love ya. See ya. Bye. Girl, give me the fuck up out this bitch. Can't believe the camera done stopped so many damn times, girl. The girls are gonna
drive me to the train.
Drive.
You can't drive me to the train.
Go ahead, hit a Vogue for me. Vogue. Hey, hey.
The knees for voguing. The hobo.